Welcome to the 15-minute tech talk. We're going to talk about this past week in tech, and the only rule is that we have 15 minutes to do so. We would have had more time, but ever since I watched the new Spider-Man movie, I've been distracted by weird subconscious thoughts about Samsung. And I don't know why, and I just
Friendly
can't
product
focus
placement.
properly.
It wasn't just that. They had like his Tom Holland's beer brand in there as well.
Yeah.
A
I
lot
saw
of
someone like
BMW.
detail all of them. BMW, yeah.
BMW, so much product placement.
Oh man, Marvel tried to get as much money as they could for
It's
this
actually
movie.
Sony. Like even in the original movies, they had all Sony products. Like it had a Sony phone, which was the first inaccuracy.
Usually for Sony movies, they have all of the Sony products in
like
it.
a PlayStation.
So it's weird that this one was just like Samsung phones.
Yeah.
Anyways.
How can he afford it?
Huh?
That phone's expensive. How is he affording that? Anyway.
I think Ned has some other stuff going on. But anyways, 15 minutes, no ifs, no buts. I'm Daniel, and to help me, we've got Jordan.
Hello.
All right. We've got the Spider-Man out the way.
Yeah. Great movie. Definitely go watch it.
Absolutely. But let's start with our first topic. How much time we got? Oh, good.
Perfect.
Anthropic reveals that Claude unknowingly hacked 3 companies. So after last week's revelation that ChatGPT hacked like some random company after their model broke out of a sandbox test, it prompted Anthropic to go looking for things, and they found that without them knowing, they had 3 tests that did the same thing.
Okay.
So 3 companies had been hacked, 2 of which who weren't aware of the fact that they were hacked.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
legacy products or like...
Sorry?
Were they legacy, like older products, or are they relatively new? Do we know?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we know about those details.
Yeah, right.
But
Interesting.
yeah.
That's another concern. Like, I mean...
That's putting it mildly.
But... So I don't understand how you don't notice something like that though. Like how does that go unnoticed? It's very, you have to be very direct if you want to hack something. So how did Claude alleviate or go around the fact that it hacked something? Like
I don't know. Are they not checking the tests?
Is it lying? Is another thing.
I don't think it's lying. They put a very strong statement out, basically bragging about it, I guess.
Bragging about it? Oh, great. That's just what we want. But my issue is, like, even yesterday, Claude felt dumb. Claude felt really dumb. Like Specifically, I was asking it to do something it had done, like, literally on Friday, and it had no idea what it was doing. And I was like, did you eat a bowl of stupid today? And he was like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. You're right. I have done this before. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I started arguing with the thing. I've never gone angry at Claude. ChatGPT and I, we used to argue, like, you know, like a divorcee couple. Yep. But me and Claude never argue. Yesterday we argued. Like we went like that was on site if he came into the office.
Right. And I think in terms of this like hack, I mean, the last time I checked, hacking was illegal.
Correct.
Generally speaking.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Generally speaking, hacking is illegal. And I mean, it's probably not going to happen with this US administration, but like when are these companies going to start facing consequences for this shit? Because
100%.
this is like we are so close to something going so bad,
catastrophically wrong,
so bad,
yeah,
and it's
literally.
just like I don't know, just let them run their stupid sandbox tests, which aren't sandbox.
Like 5 years, most hacking has been largely social engineering.
Yeah,
like the whole Rockstar.
Well,
leak
I think
all that.
part of this has been just like testing like weak passwords. Basically, that's how it's like hacking shit.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of concern. I'm waiting for the day that they hack into something like the Pentagon or something and it becomes an actual problem. Like it's something really bad is going to happen if this is happening without anyone noticing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so annoying. Like they have to face consequences. You know, they can't just keep getting away with this.
They can't keep getting away with it.
They can't keep getting away with this. And I'd like to read a Reddit comment, or part of a Reddit comment about this. What in the Kentucky Fried Fuck are these labs doing? Jesus Christ, shut it the down till you have proper safeguards and monitoring in place verified by third-party auditors. And I'll skip to the last line. What in the world is this clown show? We are one hallucination away from taking some vital infrastructure down because the model thinks it's a test.
Yeah. Completely agree.
I think that's a nice, concise...
Are we going to have another Cloud... Well, no, it wasn't Cloudflare. What was the Windows one?
CrowdStrike.
CrowdStrike. We're going to have another CrowdStrike
CrowdStrike was like a non-harmful preview of what might happen.
Yeah.
Like, that one, I think... I don't know if there was any real security concerns with that, but like...
But half the world couldn't work that day.
True.
If you're an Apple company, you're really grateful for having a Mac that day.
Yes. Oh, man.
Oh, we have a question. Hello.
Oh, we do?
What's like a real world bad case that
of hacking?
If something like really bad happens, like what would that look like actually?
I mean, what if a bank gets hacked and you have all your financial records on the internet?
Yeah.
Like, what about the other day when EY had their intern looking at Albanese's bank accounts? Imagine if AI did that on a larger scale with all their big corporate accounts that they've got.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just that kind of thing. It's a concern. We'll have another Julian Assange situation, but this time you can't expedite him from where he's from, Ecuador. That's not.
I forget.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fun. And I think there was something about the White House doing like putting in guidelines, inviting all the companies over and doing setting out their safety guidelines, which I don't know if that's happened yet, but I don't know. I don't have high hopes.
Trump asking for money once again. Thanks, Trump.
Thank you, Donald.
Thank you, Donald.
All right.
Very cool.
Ooh, time to move on. Next topic. Microsoft wants Windows to work better for devices with 8 gigs of RAM and generally just optimize the system. So as we all know, RAM is really expensive now thanks to AI. And after the MacBook Neo released earlier this year, Microsoft has been like publicly pushing and being very definitive about like, we want to make Windows better generally because it's really bloated. And that's generally always been a problem with Windows, but now it's reached a new high.
But I was under the impression that like 8 gigs of RAM still ran fine for Windows 11. No, it runs like garbage.
Wouldn't recommend 8 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend it either. Even with the
Windows.
Even with the MacBook Neo that one of our colleagues has, it is slow.
Really?
Yeah. Like we're just running Slack and Google Chrome. Like 8 gigs of RAM is not enough anymore. But I thought that because I feel like a lot of PCs still, like budget PCs are still 8 gigs of RAM.
I think you can easily buy a laptop with 8 gigs of RAM.
So I'm surprised that they haven't optimized it already if they're, still making those machines.
Remember that Windows 11 came out in 2020, I think.
Oh, it's been 6 years already?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd rather not think about it. Exactly. It's taken them 6 years to wake up and be like, maybe we should do something. And a big reason why Windows 11 is as slow as it is because for some reason they decided that they wanted to use web views everywhere instead of native frameworks. So I don't know if you know this.
I don't know.
But half of the start menu in Windows 11 is a React Native component.
Really?
Yeah. So every time you open the start menu, you're interacting with a React Native component.
So I'm reacting. What? I had no idea.
Yep. And as crazy. We know, web views are really intensive.
That's so lazy.
I don't even know why they need to do it.
That?
They have a thing called WinUI, which is their native framework, which the rest of the start menu is built on, I think. So it's like stupid things like that that I think they are genuinely trying to make an effort to like move away from because it is just so insane.
My mind is actually a little bit blown. I didn't think that's like you.
I didn't even know like where does that come from as a concept to do 100%, that?
100%. Because we avoid web views like the plague. Like every so often I'll get a client that goes, "Let's make a web app," and then we'll make an app that's just a web view of the web app, and I'm like, God no, I will not put my name to that thing.
Yep.
For that exact reason. So the fact that Windows has gotten away with doing that I had no idea. That's nuts.
Well, they sort of haven't gotten away with it because people have reported that Windows is just slow and bloated, and if they're doing stuff like this, it's like. Yeah, it makes sense.
Optimization really is a lost art, isn't it?
It is becoming a lost art,
Like, even if you look at the latest, like, going back to video games, why is every game 100 gigs now? What happened? Like, you can cut that down. There's no need to be over 100 gigs, especially for something like a COD. No offense, it does not need to be 100 gigs.
I think it's just, in terms of games, it's like textures. Just, like, so much, like, textures that have to be in 4K or whatever, or, like, ready for 4K.
Still.
But anyways, optimization is dying, but Nintendo still has the crown on that one. Let's see. Yeah, so I wrote here the last incredibly optimized version of Windows was 8.1.
Yeah, agreed. We use it at school.
Yeah, you could run that on a mechanical hard drive.
Yeah.
Still, and it would be fine.
Yeah, Windows 8.1 was good.
It was sort of the like ball operating system. I mean, for a while it was like I wasn't running Windows 10, I was running Windows 8.1.
I had Windows 7 for like well into Windows 10's life cycle.
Yes, I did use Windows 7 for a long time as well.
Yeah.
It
felt good.
Like Windows 7, I have like the file explorer test, right? You just on a fresh install of Windows 7, you click the File Explorer and it opens instantly. On Windows 10, it wouldn't do that. You need to think for a second.
I will say from that point, and we should probably move on after this, is that Apple's Fire Explorer is so much better than Windows' Fire Explorer.
Finder has been better for
a long time.
Like, they have tabs.
Yeah.
And they've had tabs.
I mean, Windows 11 has tabs,
Windows 11
doesn't make up for the other shitty things in their operating system. Anyway.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Microsoft has a lot of focus on the enterprise side, and a lot of people have been saying that they're losing focus on Windows. So it's interesting to see them hopefully put a bit more focus on that, so we can get a bit more competition to push macOS to be better, so it's less buggy, etc., etc., etc.
100%.
Yep. All right, good discussion, and yeah, let's move on to our final topic, which is more just going to be a bit of a discussion. So Tim Cook made his last quarterly earning call as CEO. So if you don't know, he's resigning in September, and he's going to be replaced by John Turnus, who comes from the product side, which is
great.
Could actually be really interesting. But yeah, so if you don't know, Tim Cook has been CEO since August 2011 after Steve Jobs resigned. And then, since then, it's been an interesting period for Apple.
It's been an interesting reign. I feel like he's had a lot of success stories, but it's in mostly software. Like, I think of Apple Pay. I think of, the AirPods are probably his most crowning jewel, maybe the Apple Watch. But in terms of, raw improvements in the phones, not a whole lot.
Well, this is the big thing that people talk about with Tim Cook, is that Apple lost its innovative edge.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably. So I think there is a discussion to be had as to whether Apple genuinely stopped being innovative, or they reached the point where they reached their peak of innovation naturally. If Steve was still alive, would we have seen more interesting things come from Apple?
I think he surely would have, though, because we've had innovations in software. Apple has innovated the software, like AirDrop. You've got the AirPods communication layer. You had Apple Pay, which I think is his crowning achievement, like I just said.
Apple Pay.
Yeah. I mean, how easy is Apple Pay? Apple Pay is the reason that so many people are broke, not going to lie. So easy to just tap your phone and be like, it's not real money. Anyway, moving on. But in terms of hardware, I feel like they've largely stopped innovating. And I think they tried to come back to form with the Vision Pro, but it's too expensive and no one really uses it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I don't really know what the goal is with Vision Pro.
Neither do I.
It seems like a concept.
It seems exactly like a concept. But hopefully, now, with that first product, they iterate on it and it becomes more of a consumer product. Because no one can afford $6,000 for a VR headset you're going to use twice. Yeah. And then put away.
So, let's say the three things that Apple did, new hardware products, was Watch, AirPods, and Vision Pro during Tim Cook's time.
No, you forgot the most important one, the Magic Mouse.
The Magic Mouse.
The Magic Mouse. Great product.
My favorite mouse to shit on constantly, and I love putting the lightning cable on the bottom. Yeah. An absolutely legendary decision.
Love not being able to charge and use my mouse at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I saw an interesting comment that said that if Tim had resigned in 2019, his legacy would have been received very differently. And we're missing one thing that we haven't discussed yet: Apple Silicon.
Of course, but Apple Silicon's great.
Yeah, I think that's the bombshell, just perhaps one of the best
things they've done.
100% happened during
100%. I think in power and software they've done great, but the hardware hasn't changed. It's still the same as it was 10 years ago.
I would also argue that the hardware has improved. Remember when MacBook Pros didn't have HDMI and they had two USB-C ports and all of that, and butterfly keyboards?
Oh, the butterfly keyboard was a travesty.
Yeah. So
whoever came up with that, lose your job.
Johnny Ivy. So in the last 6 years, there's been a shift towards more, making more common sense decisions like HDMI, and the MacBooks got thicker so they could put more ports and stuff on it, and it's been a really good time.
Yeah.
For the hardware range.
Yeah, 100%.
So they haven't done innovative new things, but they have done more common sense things.
Yeah, good. I mean, he also removed the headphone jack and started that whole trend. So we disagree on that. I think it had to go. I think it was its time.
What?
But it was time for the headphone jack to go.
What do you mean it was its time? No. I still maintain 9 years or 10 years later that that's a stupid choice.
But you're a weird case. No, you got to wireless all the way.
What the fuck?
No, wireless.
They didn't need to remove the headphone jack.
There's no need for it. Make a bigger battery.
The tiny headphone jack isn't going to do anything to your battery capacity.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it overstayed its welcome. We had a lightning port. We're ending on an awkward note.